Hey, what's going on guys? It's Austin here, back with another Brawl Stars video. Today, we're going to be going over the ranked and kind of telling you guys what I think are the best #1 overall picks for each game mode, and then also going over what are the second and third best picks. So in a sense, like the third to fourth or fifth to sixth best picks. So before we get into that, I wanted to address this over here. I'm not sure what these are. These look like they're hypercharged gadgets in a sense, but they don't do any more. Like this one has massive stomp for 1.5 seconds, but if you buy it from the Brawlers screen, it does the same amount. So I'm not really sure what the difference is. If you guys would let me know down in the comments, that'd be great. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and like the video. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We're 90 away right now, so that would be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's get some berry gameplay and let's talk about some ranked. Alrighty guys, and we are in our first game. So the first game mode I'm going to be talking about is going to be Heist. So in my opinion, it doesn't matter what map you get. These are just kind of overall basis. But in my overall sense, I think for Heist, you have to go with Lily, Melody, or Frank as your #1 pick. These are hands down the best, just because Frank can do a ton of damage on the heist, and Melody can get back to your heist or to the opposing heist and kind of do a lot of damage very quickly, just like Frank is, especially if Frank is low in health. Next up, we have our second and third picks. Like I said, we're kind of going to go after both here. The second and third picks for Heist, in my opinion, would be Nita. The bear, hypercharged bear, is really ridiculous. It's crazy good, and it just does a ton of damage on the heist. It's such a game changer. And Gale is another one with Blustery Blow. You have to have Blustery Blow as your star power for Gale to be very viable. As soon as, especially with the hypercharge, it will be super viable. If you push somebody on the wall,
hey yo, what the fuck?
Which is bound to happen with the hypercharge, you stun them for 0.5 seconds and you can just either walk past them and kind of go on the heist, or even just eliminate them. Next up is Meg, Colette, and Jessie. Obviously, for many different reasons, Jessie is very good. You can drop your turret, hypercharge turret on it. Colette can get in and out with one swipe with her hypercharge and her super, which makes it very good. The other guy that we played with on the other team. No. And those are the best picks, in my opinion, for Heist. Next game mode we're going to be going over is Hot Zone. Hot Zone #1 overall picks, in my opinion, should be Frank, Meg, and Barry. So Barry is there for the support, obviously. Barry's just really good right now, as I'm using him in this video, as you can see. But Frank is just, he can hold down an entire section. I've done it myself. It's insane. And you can do it literally all by yourself with the hypercharge. It makes everything so much easier. And let's score that. It makes everything so much easier. And as soon as your teammates go down, you don't even have to worry. You can just pop your hypercharge or your super, and it literally stuns everybody, and they really can't do anything about it in a sense. It's kind of overpowered, obviously. Frank's fun to use, but Meg is next up on this list. Meg has that dual life that I always talk about in my other videos, and that dual life comes into play really nicely, especially when she's the only one left on the heist. That really comes into play when she's the last one left on Hot Zone, when you can kind of leave her there and she'll do what she needs to do, which is really great. So for those reasons, Frank, Meg, and Barry are #1 overall picks in Hot Zone. My #2 to #3 picks for Hot Zone are going to be Lou, Amber, Sandy, and Gale. If you're using Lou, he's super solid, especially with his hypercharge, being able to throw his hypercharge, immediately freeze everybody, and change the dynamic of the game. Amber, on the other hand, is not like that, but she can kind of control an area continuously, especially with her gadget, Oil Spill. So I think for that reason, she is a #2 to #3 pick on this list. She deserves a spot. Sandy, same thing as Lou, can kind of hold down an area, but this time make your teammates invisible or even heal your teammates or deal damage to the enemies that makes them pop out. Kind of need to move and not be able to be stagnant which is really, really great, especially in hot zone. Gale is next. You have to use Blustery Blow if you're going to use Gale. It's super, super good, especially with the Hypercharge. They pair very, very well together. I think that just overall, you have to pair it with Blustery Blows because with the Hypercharge, it just pairs very, very well. And if they're bound to hit a wall, especially if you use the Hypercharge, and that stuns them for 0.5 seconds, which is insane, and allows for any one of your teammates to get a free kill, honestly. So if you have the pairing of Gale and Frank, you're pretty much guaranteed a win if you play it correctly. So those are my picks for Hot Zone. Next up, we're going to be going over Bounty. The number 1 picks for Bounty are going to be Frank, Lily, and Jean. For obvious reasons, Frank and Lily are going to be the top of each and every single tier or game mode on this list because they're completely broken right now, honestly. The 2 ammo I didn't think was going to do a whole lot for Lily, but I was completely wrong. And I'm sure you guys were too. I thought it was not going to do like anything. So if you get anything out of this video, you're probably going to want to ban Lily instantly, like an insta ban, no matter what. So, oh, that was a nice triple kill. But ban Frank and Lily if you ever have the opportunity to, because they're just OP. I would go Lily over Frank because I feel like Frank's counterable with many different brawlers. But those are the best number 1 overall picks for Bounty. But anyways, Meg, Barry, Miko, Chuck, and Jackie are great for Bounty. Meg can kind of control that area in the middle as well. Barry for support. Miko, a lot of people I found don't know how to counter Miko, so I just feel like people don't really know what to do, and it's an easy free kill, especially in Bounty. Jackie, obviously, if you get in that center area, you're golden. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. So those are my number 2 and number 3 overall pick. Next game mode we got is going to be the one that I'm playing right now, and that is Brawl Ball. Brawl Ball, Frank, Sandy, and Rico are going to be my number 1 overall picks, just because Frank, especially in the map like this, it's just free for Frank, honestly. Frank is super solid, can open a map entirely, and it's just GG's at that point. Sandy her Hypercharge just charges super, super quickly, and it's really easy just to kind of get into that and open up the map, and then Sandy can just control an area, and that's the greatest thing about Sandy. Rico can ricochet a lot of these shots and a lot of nasty angles there is for these brawlers for Rico. So I think for that case, it's so easy for Rico to just kind of go crazy in these maps because of how many good ricochet spots there are. My number 2 and number 3 overall picks for Brawl Ball are going to be Lily. Obviously, as I said, you should probably just ban Lily every single time, but Lily's on here. Meg. Nita is underrated in Brawl Ball, super good, and can kind of control a map the entire way, using them as a shield, her bear as a shield, which is kind of nuts in my opinion, but it actually works. Nita, BB is another great one, can knock the ball right out of your hand instantly, and it's just kind of broken and crazy. Buzz is another good one because you can charge your super instantly and then kind of use that and throw the ball really, really hard at the goal with your super. So for that reason, I like him and the stun factor. Next game mode we got on the list is going to be Gem Grab. Gem Grab, number 1 overall picks is going to be Frank, Meg, and Angelo. Frank for many reasons and Meg for many reasons. Being a tank in this meta, you should be the one grabbing all and every single one of the gems, kind of keeping them secure for your team. Super solid to go with those brawlers, especially Meg. Meg can just hold all the gems the entire time if you really wanted her to. So I think that she is super solid for this meta right now. Frank, again, super good, can open the map entirely, and there's not much they can do when the map's open entirely and they have to kind of push you at that point. So I think with that, Frank is super good. And then Angelo with his Hypercharge is super good. Hypercharge was a little underwhelming, but overall it's super good still. And he can kind of keep an area. 7-0 that game. Alright, Number 2 and number 3 overall picks for Gem Grab are going to be Leon, Barry, Sandy, Max, and Fang. I feel like Fang can make a lot of good plays in Gem Grab, especially when they're trying to defend the person with all the gems. So for that reason, Fang is in here. Leon is in here because you can sneak attack somebody, take all the gems, and go back. If you kill 2 of them, and then you just go invis, sneak up behind them. Free, easy money, in my opinion. We're going to have Barry for support, just in case your gem holder is low. But other than that, Barry's just super good no matter what. Sandy also can keep a person safe as support. So if your friend or your teammate picks Frank, you should probably consider picking a support player like Barry or even Sandy. Super good overall, and just kind of gets the job done no matter what. Let's walk this one in. Finally on the list, we have Knockout. Knockout, number 1 overall picks, in my opinion, are going to be any sort of sniper. Barry and Lily. Lily is just super good no matter what game mode. It's insane. You wouldn't expect it, but it's just go invis and then pop up right behind you, and 2 ammo, you're cooked. So for that reason, any sniper is super good. And my number 2 and number 3 overall picks for this is going to be Miko. Miko, like I said, it seems like nobody can counter him sometimes. Gale is super good with her blustery blows. I know I'm just kind of going on and on about that, but it's super, super good. Byron, good sniper, can do chip damage and poison, and has super long range. And finally on the list, we have Mr. P. I know you're thinking, wow, Mr. P. I haven't heard somebody use Mr. P or even say we should use Mr. P in a while. But yeah, it can get really annoying in Knockout when you have to waste ammo on somebody having Mr. P super in the back. It's just not even fair. It's not fun. It's really not fun. So for that reason, I think that Mr. P has to be on this list. I'm not going to say Penny's going to be on this list because Penny's not as annoying because you can kind of walk away from it. Mr. P, you can't walk away from it. You have to like shoot it. You have to waste ammo on it every single time. So it's just kind of tedious work and really annoying. Just like Tick's bomb. That is the list. Let's finish up this game and see if we can get anything out of our star drops. Let me know what you guys did for the weekend down below. I went to the baseball game. We did win. So if you have a guess on what baseball game I went to, leave it down in the comments. And if you're right, I'll actually tell you. But let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing good. Nothing good out of that. And last but not least, and that was trash. Okay, well, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.